Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 300. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book and you need help finishing it, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Writer Wednesday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, christine-ink.com. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those 3 things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Talent is required, but much of writing is a matter of craft, which develops with time, attention, patience, and practice, like playing an instrument or learning to dance. Susan Wiggs. So as I mentioned a few moments ago, I kind of emphasized it at the top of today's show. Today is episode number 300. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. It just seems like number 1 was yesterday. 300 of your daily writing habit. This is surreal. So I just want to take a moment to give a big thank you and shout out to all my listeners, especially those who have been with me since episode 1. That was back in March of 2019. And those I'm told who binge listen to me, which I think is amazingly cool. I feel like I'm like Netflix or something. All the way to those of you who are just now listening to me today for the very first time and have no idea what I'm talking about. So thank you all very much. And today I want to talk about where many of my episode topics here on your daily writing habit come from. A lot of them, actually, believe it or not, they come from conversations I have every day with authors and prospective authors through my business, the Ink Agency. That's my ghostwriting, book development, book promotion, all sorts of anything to do with books agency. And through my business, helping people develop, write, and promote their books, I have had a lot of book-related conversations dating back to 2001. And again, I have these conversations with you guys, with my authors, prospective authors, clients, prospective clients, every single day. Well, I guess maybe not so much Saturday and Sunday, so we'll say 5 days a week. And this is because I live my mission every day to help as many people as humanly possible write books that will make a difference. Therefore, the things I'm telling you here on the show are coming from the front lines of the world of writing and publishing books. This is not just conjecture. This is stuff that is happening in the world. And so much of this comes from listening to all of you and what you need as authors, and you telling me what is working as authors, especially in my Ink Authors Facebook group. And I've also been making note of what's currently working for authors today. So today as kind of celebrating our episode 300, I'm going to share 3 of these things with you, 3 things that are working for authors today. Number 1, I have clients who are making quite a bit of money from their books outside of book sales. They're doing it as speakers, some of them as very well-paid speakers, some of them who are author speakers for a living. They're doing it as, upsells. I have a client who's quite amazing, and she'll be on here as a guest at some point, where she is like really the queen of upsells. She makes just a ton of money off of the programs and, all the things that are related to her books. So this should be a message to you that book sales are really only the beginning. They're only just scratching the surface of the potential you have to have a career and make money as an author. So with speaking, just to make a point about speaking, since so many of my clients are doing so well doing that, a business card just no longer works anymore for if you really want to get those great keynote speaking gigs. A book proves that you have a compelling, cohesive, and complete story and message versus a promise that you do. See, so the book promoter, they can look at your book and say, wow, yeah, I can really see through this book the experience of what it would be like to hire this person to be a speaker at my event, especially if it's a big event, and especially if you're the keynote speaker. They want to make sure that you can walk the walk, and a book is proof of that. Being an author is evidence that you can carry a speech, that you can hold a room, that you have enough to say, especially a highly paid one where the event promoter has created high expectations. So I'm also seeing clients, they increase their professional credibility once they have a book. So it jumps back and it rewards their initial profession, the thing that they were doing. And I have one client I'm thinking of in particular who's in the medical profession. And it kind of, reinforces and reiterates their professional credibility. So lots of different things a book does. And for fiction authors, it might take more imagination, but it is possible. And I would love for fiction authors especially to chime in at Inc. Authors so that we can help brainstorm some ways for you to create money outside of book sales for your book. So Inc. Authors on Facebook. So the second thing I'm seeing that is working for authors over and over and over is that no matter what their message is, no matter what kind of book they have, leading with their personal story is what gets the most attention. And I just had this total flash of, there was a client, she, just a regular listener here too, and she writes fiction books, but she also writes nonfiction books. And it just occurred to her because she was reading a book on Amazon marketing to share something personal from her life, one of her career achievements in her Amazon book description. And this is working. It works when we, share of ourselves to our readers. They want to have those conversations and that rapport with us. So I'm seeing it in speeches and media appearances and social media engagement from my clients. Now, we've all heard that story sells. Well, I've actually seen proof, again, over and over and over again, that when in doubt, story is how you get people's attention. I even have it from I have a speaking engagement that I did where story essentially saved the day. I have one author recently who even got the attention of Hollywood through his incredible life story. I'm not going to get into too many details here, but pretty well-known filmmakers, making a movie about his life, and that is from the strength of his story. Finally, the third thing I'm seeing that is working for authors, especially in my community of authors, is that the people who are the most engaged, the people who are the most committed and engaged in the craft of writing are the ones who are the most prolific authors. And by this, so what do I mean by committed and engaged? I mean the ones who are constantly reading about the craft of writing and marketing and anything to do with books. The ones who are writing every day, even if it's just a little writing exercise or a short story or something that has nothing to do with their books. The people who are writing every day, reading every day, participating in author groups like my Inc. Authors group on Facebook, but really any authors group. Every day, they're talking, they're engaging, they're giving generously of themselves and their expertise and their time to help other authors, to lift other authors up. This is what I mean by committed and engaged in the craft of writing. Reading, writing, camaraderie. Just doing those three things every single day. My point is, the ones who are doing this, especially, again, particularly with other authors, asking when they need help, sharing resources, motivating each other. The ones that are engaging in the experience of being an author, they are the most successful, prolific authors I know. They're the ones that are cranking out the books, that are selling the books. They're the ones that are creating careers as authors because they are engaged in the craft of writing. They are engaged in their role as an author. So the lesson here is engage in the experience of being an author and watch your book goals happen faster. So once again, thank you for joining me here, especially on episode number 300 of Your Daily Writing Habit, where I'm helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And I hope to see you in Inc. Authors. And if you know someone else who wants to write a book, please let them know about this show. Until tomorrow, happy writing.